Okay. Now, the last city I went to in Vietnam was Hanoi. Hanoi's up north. And I figured it's also around the countryside, where a lot of fruits and vegetables and everything else is grown. And a lot of those girls, I was told, who was raised out there in the countryside or rural areas, don't know how beautiful they really are. And also in the countryside, there's a lack of men. I mean, these girls want to be married, but there's a shortage of males in those areas. And a lot of them are very innocent, and they come to Hanoi, which is a big major cities like Chicago or LA. I mean, it's a metropolitan area, major metropolitan area. And they're pretty innocent, and they really don't know how gorgeous they actually are. Okay? So I'm in Hanoi, and I'm not in the tourist area. I'm staying out in the, what they call a local area. I thought I was in Westlake, but it wasn't Westlake. It was another part. Now, Westlake is the area in Hanoi that is where the young urban professionals live. You know, the ones with college degrees who got good jobs. Most of those women are not going to be interested in a foreign guy. They're going to be interested in the guys who they see, or the men who they see on the TV advertisements, the marketing, the billboards. And those are not the foreign men. So Westlake, well, those women may not give you any play. I don't know, I was only in Westlake for about a day. You know, I did some filming, you know, one day, and I was there for another day to look around, and that was about it. But none of those women were nowhere interested in me. Like I said before, the ones in the tourist area, which is around Old Town and the French Quarter, they get hit on by tourists every day, and they're not going to be interested in you either. But like I said, you got to get out of the tourist areas. So I'm in the local area where no one speaks any English, but you know, I'm communicating with no problem because you got a little smile, a little patience, you instantly get what you want or get what you need. And the police, after being there for about 2 weeks, they became very friendly, and they were cool. They were helping me learn a little bit of Vietnamese. You know, the police is very nice. And then when I walk out of my hotel, my Airbnb, right on the corner is a juice stand, or juice stand, you might say. And there's 3 people working there, 1 guy and two females. One of the females, I glanced over to take a look at her because I really couldn't see her. I really wanted to see what she looked like. And she glanced back, noticed I was glancing her way. And then a couple of days later, I went back to the juice stand. Went to these windows. So a couple of days later, I went back to the juice stand, and she comes out, and she stands right next to me. She doesn't say a word, just stands right there, right next to me. And I have to admit, she was cute. Tall, slender. And if I didn't go to Ho Chi Minh City or not train, I would definitely go with her if that was the first girl I met in Vietnam. Because her whole persona, her whole aura said, I'm a wife. That's one of the girls who I met who actually said that. And I would have jumped on that real quick. But lucky for me, I didn't do that. I went to Hanoi and Saigon, and I trained first. Okay? And every day or every other day, I'm going to the local convenience store across the street. And there's a cute girl who worked there, but she's not giving me any sign of any interest, right? Takes my money, give her the money, get my stuff, and I leave. But later on, I found out that a lot of these girls don't want to show you any interest if they are interested in you. I mean, when it's really picking up. Because they want to lose their job. So it's up to you to make the first move and tell them you're interested in them. So anyway, about a couple weeks later, I see her at the bus stop, and then she shows me a sign that she's interested and wants me to come up and talk to her. But by then I was ready to leave and get the heck out of Vietnam because the pollution was just ripping me apart. I'm one of those 10% of the population who have an allergic reaction to carbon monoxide. And Vietnam has the vehicles here have no catalytic converters. And all those websites that said that some of the American cities have worse pollution than Vietnam or Asia or Thailand or the Philippines, bullshit. Because all the vehicles in America have catalytic converters. Almost none of the vehicles here in Asia has catalytic converters. And none of the scooters or motorcycles have catalytic converters. So how can our air quality be worse than your air quality? Plus you all burn shit all the time, especially in the Philippines. They burn trash, they make smoke, I think for religious purposes and maybe for an insect or mosquito repellent. But anyway, but she was cute. She was definitely marriage. Well, almost every woman you meet in Vietnam is marriage material. So then another day, I go to a coffee shop, a local one, and there's this cute girl. I'll put her picture up. And you can see she looks about 18 years old. I tell her she's pretty, I like to take a picture, and she smiles and poses for me, and the whole works. And I leave. Then 2 days later, I walk past the coffee shop again, and she gives me the cold shoulder. Man, we all know what that's about. I didn't follow up, I didn't follow through, I didn't pursue it. And you can see that she was kind of cute. Then I went to another coffee shop, I think before this one. Went there for 2 days. Like I said, you go to these places for 2 days in a row, they think you're interested in one of the girls. And that's what happened with this one, I think, because when I came there on the second day, one of the guys, I'm not sure if it was a brother or just another employee, but he came out off the back and started asking me questions like, who am I? You know, where am I from? Then when it got to the point is how long I want to be here, I told him I'm leaving in a couple of days going to Thailand and I want to be back. That's when he ended the conversation. So I guess he was making sure I was a decent guy, or what my intentions may be before I ask his sister or cousin or friend out on a date, which is good. And like I said, Vietnam, when it comes to marriage and family, is a very traditional country. And Hanoi is up north next to all the farmland. So a lot of those people are from the farmland or whatever, from the old country, and they're going to follow those old customs. So I understood that. Well, after I left, I understood that. But then I started going to Highland Coffee all the time, just bringing my computer in, and there's this girl there, she's cute. And she looks like about 24, maybe 26 years old. I shouldn't say that because you may watch this video and say, or anyway. And I'm there 2 days in a row, and she's cute. And I'm like, okay, that's one of the reasons why I went in there. You know, she's a cute girl, which is what we all do. But at the same time, when you go in there 2 days in a row, they think you're interested in one of the girls. So they start talking to me and they start getting to know the guys and everything else. And one of the guys speaks pretty good English, and he's been in college, he was in his third year, and we talked for about an hour. And he asked me the question about what is capitalism? And I said, well, capitalism is about making money. And he said, that sounds like communism. And I told him, it's all a bunch of bullshit, it's all the same thing, it's all about money and power. They just want to label it something different, but it's all about money and power. And the only real difference is some of the subtleties about how to get it. Like with people in Asia, you guys may have jobs, but you don't pay anything, but the people at the top have all the money, which means they have all the power. And he said the same thing, that's the way it is around the world, no matter whether it's communism, capitalism, or socialism, it's all the same shit. So then he started translating between me and that one girl. And he tells me that she was studying Chinese and he's been studying English. Well, she's been studying Chinese because she wants to get married to a Chinese guy because a lot of Chinese men come to Vietnam for wives. And she is indicating through interpreter, him, that she would like me to come back and she would like to be interested in me. But I tell her I can't because of the pollution, and she understood. Because the pollution is bad in Vietnam, and Vietnam does know how bad the pollution is. The Philippines don't, but the Philippines got some bad pollution. It's worse than Vietnam's. So, is there any other girls? And that's about it. Those are the only ones. Do two coffees, the juice stand, on Highland Coffee, because I was there for 2 weeks. Oh, the last couple of days I was there in that neighborhood. All of a sudden, I started seeing women I never saw in that neighborhood before. And they're checking me out. Especially that one convenience store I used to go to every day. They're in that convenience store now, checking me out. Never saw them there before. And I can tell they're not from the neighborhood, because it's not a, like Westlake was, of an upper scale neighborhood. I'm poor, I don't got no money, man. I'm broke. And then other girls walking down the street is now all of a sudden just showing up and checking me out. And like I said, I think these women have a network on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere. Let them know they're fresh meat in town and where it may be located. Go down there and check it out, see if you like it, see if it's a decent guy. Because all of a sudden, I was there for about 2 weeks, never saw any of these women before in the neighborhood, and now all of a sudden, it's just popping up left and right. And they're glancing my way, looking my way, checking me out. Okay, that's Hanoi. That should be end of my Vietnam series. And then I guess we'll talk about Thailand, because that's the next place I went to. And then I got to talk about the Philippines. And then after that, I'll get to Pattaya. All right? Now, I know what a lot of guys says it's a town of ill repute, a big brothel, all the women are professionals. No. Pattaya is a big-ass area. And I'm going to have to show you how big it is. Okay. All right. And there's a lot of people who got really decent jobs. A lot of hard-working people here who don't do that stuff. All right? Later.